Beloved starseed of Gaia, pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you, for what I bring is not an ordinary message. The Pleiadian Council has issued an emergency decree, and the frequencies being sent to Earth at this very moment demand your immediate attention. I am Adria, a galactic emissary of the Pleiadian people, and I was sent with an emergency transmission directed specifically to your heart. If you have reached this video, know that there is no algorithm or chance that guided your steps. It was your own soul crying out for help and direction that tuned into our frequency. We have been observing you. We have followed your every step, each silent tear you shed before sleep, each moment you looked at the night sky and felt an overwhelming longing for a home you cannot even remember. And today, I come with a very clear warning. Starseed, you are very late. Do not feel fear hearing this word. When I say you are late, I am not speaking of punishment, failure, or judgment. In the spiritual realm, there is no guilt, but there is the rhythm of the universe, there is the sacred geometry of divine time, and the window of Earth's transition has accelerated in a way that even the great councils did not foresee happening so quickly. The timeline of the old Earth is crumbling at this very second, and the new world is being born amid chaos. The problem, my beloved, is that you are still trying to live with one foot in each world. And that is why you feel so incredibly exhausted. You have felt this, haven't you? An exhaustion that sleep cannot cure. A fatigue that seems not in your muscles, but in your bones, in your soul. You wake in the morning as if you fought entire battles during the night. You try to keep pace with normal people around you, try to care about empty conversations, repetitive routines, everyday dramas, but everything feels so distant, so meaningless. You look at the obligations of this three-dimensional world, and part of you screams in agony, because deep down you know you were not born to be merely a cog in a machine that sickens the human spirit. This extreme exhaustion, this mental confusion, this feeling that time is slipping through your fingers and that you should be doing something great but do not know what. All of this has a very clear reason. It is your physical body desperately trying to hold your gigantic light in a world that has spent its life telling you to extinguish yourself. You are late because your soul contract stipulated that at this exact moment you would already be shining, leading, healing, and occupying your space of power. But you let the matrix of fear bind your wings. They said you were too sensitive. They said you lived in the moon. They made you believe that loving too much, feeling too much, forgiving too much was weakness. And you, in your infinite kindness, believed. You shrank. You lowered your frequency to fit into relationships that did not deserve you, into jobs that sucked your vital energy, into family dynamics where you were the only one carrying the weight of healing everyone. You became the pillar of strength for so many people, but who has been your pillar? Who holds you when you collapse? We see all of this, beloved starseed. We see how strong you have been, but strength based on resistance is destroying your body. You did not come here to survive and bear pain silently. You came here to reign over your own energy. And the emergency alert I bring today is because the time for hiding is over. The crystalline light frequencies now bombarding Earth are relentless. They will unearth everything that no longer serves. If you continue trying to hold masks, if you continue trying to please everyone and forget your mission, the weight will become unbearable. The delay I mention is an alert of love. It is like a mother knocking on her child's bedroom door, saying the sun has risen long ago and it is time to live. You have slept enough. You have suffered enough. You have already paid karmic tolls that were not even yours. It is time to let go of your baggage. Before I reveal what exact next step you need to take to get out of this delay and align your life with the abundance and peace you deserve, I need you to anchor your energy here with me. Give this video a like right now, as this sends a signal to your subconscious that you agree with this truth. Subscribe to this channel so our Pleiadian communication cord does not break amid so much internet distraction. And I ask you, go to the comments now and write with complete sincerity. What physical or emotional symptom has weighed on you most these past days? Is it deep exhaustion? Is it chest anxiety? Is it insomnia? Write below. When you name the pain and share it with our egregore, you begin the process of unblocking that dense energy. We are reading. We are witnessing your liberation. You must understand that this feeling of delay is not the end of the line, but rather your spiritual alarm clock ringing at maximum volume. The pressure you feel is not the universe punishing you. It is the universe pushing you out of a cocoon that became too small. The old version of you is dying, and it hurts. Mourning who we were is painful, but the version of you about to be born, the emissary of light who walks with authority and grace upon this earth, is so glorious that it will make every tear you have shed worthwhile. Transition requires movement and requires wisdom. And there are fundamental secrets you need to access now so you are not swallowed by this wave of planetary changes. There are codes that were guarded for you, waiting only for you to be mature enough to hear them. I spoke about secrets guarded for you, and the greatest is understanding the true nature of your own stellar biology. You need to hear this with your heart completely open. You are not a fragile human being who occasionally has spiritual experiences. You are a being of gigantic galactic proportions, an ancient and wise consciousness who accepted the most difficult mission in all the cosmos, to incarnate on the densest and most challenging planet in our galaxy, to anchor light where only the illusion of darkness existed. But in doing so, by diving into Earth's density, you forgot how to protect yourself. You descended into this world with your heart wide open. Starseeds like you love, with an intensity that often frightens sleeping people. When you love, you give your soul. When you help, you literally take the other's pain and place it on your own back. You have done this life after life, year after year. You look at people who hurt you deeply, and instead of retaliating or withdrawing, you try to understand their trauma. You try to fix them with your light. And where has this infinite giving left you? Exhausted, sick, discredited. Your physical body, designed with a pure crystalline matrix, is now overwhelmed processing dense emotions and traumas that do not even belong to you. That is why you feel this constant mental fog. That is why your body hurts without any apparent medical reason, and why your vitality seems to leak like water through your fingers. That is why you feel an inexplicable urge to flee, to go home, to simply close your eyes and not have to be the strong person for anyone else. My beloved brothers and sisters, the Council of the Seven Sisters has not abandoned you in this earthly trench. We would never send our most precious warriors of light without a rescue map. Planetary frequencies have changed drastically, and the rules of survival and spiritual prosperity on Earth have changed as well. What worked to protect you 2 years ago no longer works. You need an urgent update in your codes of protection, manifestation, and healing. And that is precisely why we have brought you an emergency activation tool. I call your maximum attention now to the Pleiadian code, Awaken Your Star Mission on Earth, a rare treasure of stellar wisdom capable of transforming your spiritual journey. This edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first comment below. This is not merely a book. It is not simple material for you to read and forget. It is a high-frequency spiritual technology materialized in your dimension. It is the sacred manual your soul has been begging to receive on nights of despair. It contains the exact stellar wisdom needed to close the leaks in your aura, immediately repel the energy vampires that drain your vitality, and activate your true soul mission here on Earth with full force. Those who feel the truth of these words vibrating in your chest now, do not hesitate. The time of waiting for an external savior has ended. You are your own rescue. Access the link in the first comment below and reclaim your cosmic birthright before this window of opportunity closes and density chokes your gifts again. When you make the firm decision to invest in your own protection and spiritual evolution, the entire universe sighs with relief, because each time a starseed heals, she simultaneously heals the entire invisible web connecting our world to yours. But I need to be very direct and incisive with you now. The transition we are living requires the breaking of old invisible contracts. The greatest contract you need to destroy today, at this very second, is your vow of sacrifice. For eons, spirituality on this planet has been dominated and distorted by false doctrines. You were told that to be an evolved person, to be good, you needed to suffer. You were made to believe that scarcity was a virtue and that martyrdom was the only acceptable path to enlightenment. Absolute lies. All of this were control matrices inserted by low-frequency forces to keep beings of immense power, like you, chained, poor, and powerless. How can you illuminate and transform the world if your own light is extinguished by pain, by debts, by scarcity, and by extreme exhaustion? True Pleiadian spirituality is based on absolute sovereignty, radiant joy, and infinite abundance. You have the divine right to be prosperous, healthy, vibrant, and deeply happy. Your genuine joy is the greatest weapon against this planet's darkness. When a starseed smiles with their whole heart, when she lives in a state of gratitude and comfort, the vibration she emits disintegrates kilometers of dense energy around her. Your happiness is not an act of selfishness. It is light work in its highest and purest form. I know you have felt immensely alone on this journey. When your awakening process began, when the veils of illusion started crashing from your eyes, you looked around and realized, with an ache in your heart, that the people you loved were not seeing the same reality. Conversations suddenly lost their meaning and became empty. The places you used to frequent began to drain your energy so aggressively that you could no longer remain in them. And solitude was the first constant companion of this spiritual awakening. But hear Adria's voice with great attention. You were not isolated by the universe. You were separated for your sacred initiation. The solitude you feel, the withdrawal from certain people, is actually an energetic protection cocoon that your own spiritual team placed around you. We needed to move away the noisy voices of the illusory world so you could finally hear the soft and powerful voice of your own intuition. While you were distracted, desperately trying to fit into boxes and patterns too small for your stellar magnitude, you would never discover the true size of your wings. Feel your physical body at this moment. Breathe air consciously. You have carried a hard and constant tension in your shoulders, weighing on your neck, locking the base of your spine. I tell you, this is not merely a consequence of daily stress. This is literally the energetic weight of the world you assumed as your responsibility. Your sacred heart chakra has been used as a shield to protect others. You have forgiven the unforgivable repeatedly. You have offered vital parts of your energy to people who did not even value your presence. Your cosmic empathy is your greatest superpower. But when used without conscious limits, it becomes your self-destruct button. Your exhaustion is the direct and brutal reflection of a life lived to meet other people's expectations. You spent too much of your earthly journey apologizing for being who you are, apologizing for being too intense, apologizing for needing isolation to recharge, apologizing for seeing the naked and raw truth behind the social masks that people insist on wearing. Enough of dimming your light so as not to dazzle the eyes of those who choose to live in darkness. You are an emissary of the stars. We are calling you back to your original center of power. Your DNA is being bombarded by crystalline light photons at this very moment and activated for the new Earth. If you do not collaborate with this grand process, cleaning your limiting beliefs, ascension symptoms will continue crushing your biology. It is vital that you learn to command your own energy again. I receive your permission, beloved Starseed. I feel your courage vibrate from here. I feel your ancient spirit rising and saying a powerful yes to your own liberation. We are perfectly connected through this transmission. Our frequencies have interwoven irreversibly today. And what I will reveal to you now is one of the best-kept secrets by low-frequency forces that have governed this planet for millennia. Pay very close attention, for this truth has the power to alter your material reality and your level of peace even today. Let us talk about the flow of abundance in your life. Let us talk about money, prosperity, and financial freedom. I know that merely mentioning these words can cause a slight discomfort in your chest, a kind of silent guilt. And this happens because you were severely programmed to feel repulsion or inadequacy regarding money. You, as an ancient and intensely illuminated soul, carry cellular memories of many past lives where spiritual purity was associated with absolute poverty. Vows of chastity, vows of silence, vows of sacrifice, and most importantly, vows of poverty. You made these oaths in stone temples, in isolated monasteries, in incarnations where you believed that to be close to the Creator Source, you needed to completely deny the comforts of the physical world. And these invisible promises were burned into your aura. They traveled with you through time, crossed the veil of forgetting, and are active in your current life, acting like computer viruses in your energetic system. That is exactly why money seems to slip through your fingers. That is why, no matter how hard you work tirelessly, no matter how much you dedicate yourself to your projects, there always seems to be an invisible glass wall preventing you from reaching the financial rest you so desire. You manifest enough to survive, enough to pay basic bills and keep the wheel turning. But the overflow of abundance, that peace of not needing to look at prices, always seems to be one step ahead, unreachable. When a larger amount reaches you, it seems the universe quickly creates an expense. Something unexpected breaks at home. A medical emergency happens in the family. A fine appears from nowhere, and the resource disappears as fast as it arrived. I tell you with all the authority and clarity of the Council of the Seven Sisters, this is not a defect in your ability to manifest. You are not unlucky. This is an intentional systemic blockage. The forces operating in the three-dimensional density of the old Earth know perfectly well who you are. They recognize the immeasurable brilliance of your soul. And they know, better than you yourself, that if a starseed like you has access to unlimited material resources, if you have spare money, free time, peace of mind, and influence in society, you will destroy their control matrix in the blink of an eye. An exhausted lightworker, chronically worried about how to pay bills at the end of the month, is a lightworker who is distracted, frightened, and contained. They keep you on the wheel of daily survival because they know that while you are struggling not to drown in debt, while your nervous system is focused on the fear of lack, you will never have the strength and clarity necessary to rewrite the rules of this world. They used your own goodness and purity against you. They whispered into the collective mind that money is dirty, that the rich are inevitably evil or greedy, and that true light is found in the humility of deprivation and the silence of pain. Beloved seed of Gaia, in the name of your galactic lineage, break this lie right now. Wake up from this limiting spell. In the realm from which we come, in the crystalline frequencies of Pleiades and in the elevated worlds of light, scarcity simply does not exist. The universe is an infinite and inexhaustible ocean of resources, of energy that flows freely to all beings. Money, in this dense earthly dimension, is nothing more than condensed energy. It possesses no morality of its own. It is neither good nor bad. It is merely an amplifier, a powerful tool of expansion. And in the hands of a healing, compassionate, and kind soul like yours, money becomes healing in constant motion. Close your eyes for a brief moment and imagine what you could do if you did not have to worry about your financial survival tomorrow. Imagine how many beloved people you could help and elevate along with you. Imagine the healing sanctuaries you could finance, the abandoned animals you could rescue with ease, the nature you could actively protect. Imagine the absolute free time you would have to meditate, to create, to rest your exhausted body, to elevate your own frequency and send that healing light back to Earth's planetary grid. Your material prosperity is an essential pillar, a basic requirement for this planet's vibrational rescue. The universe never wanted you to suffer to prove your worth. The Creator does not glorify itself in your misery, in your painful sweat, or in your empty bank account. The source of all that exists desires to express itself in all its glory, majesty, and abundance through your human experience. But for that new golden reality to manifest before you, you need to stop rejecting abundance with your hidden beliefs and unconscious fears. You need to forgive yourself for desiring absolute comfort. You need to forgive yourself for wanting what is beautiful, what is plentiful, what brings deep and silent peace. Material poverty does not make you someone closer to God or to angels. It just makes you someone much more tired. And persistent exhaustion is the food of those who want to keep this world chained in darkness and fear. From the moment this transmission touches your being, I invite you to reclaim your inalienable galactic birthright. Abundance is not a prize for the few. It is the natural frequency of a soul that has realigned with true light. You need to start looking at your natural talents, your absurdly strong empathic gifts, your innate ability to heal environments and listen to others with your heart, not as burdens you are forced to carry for free to please others, but as priceless treasures that the universe deposited in you. Stop giving your sacred energy, your precious time, and your light in exchange for crumbs of affection or recognition. Stop accepting the minimum from people and financial situations, as if you were a cosmic beggar pleading for a place in the world. You are stellar royalty incarnated on earthly soil. Lift your head and act as such. Feel this deep truth descending through the top of your head now, activating your crown chakra. Visualize a golden, thick, liquid, and warm light pouring over your entire energy field. This is the direct frequency of Pleiadian prosperity. Feel it descend, washing away all your paralyzing worries about the future, permanently dissolving the old contracts of scarcity you signed in ignorance of other lives, breaking once and for all the spells of unworthiness that society placed on your mind. You are worthy of the highest, most abundant, and most fluid divine provision simply because you exist and chose to be here. Your only true work from now on is to stop resisting the flow of good. Open your energetic arms to the cosmos and decree in the silence of your soul that you are ready. Ready to receive the reward for your hard work of so many lives. You do not need to force your mind trying to understand in detail how financial resources and opportunities will reach you. The limited three-dimensional mind tries to control the how neurotically, but the universe operates through the what. Your focus should be only on the what, which is unshakable financial peace, overflowing abundance, and true freedom to be who you are. The cosmos, with its infinite and mysterious connections, will magically orchestrate the how. Perfect synchronicities will begin to happen around you. The right people sent by us will cross your path at the exact moment. Brilliant, innovative, and immensely lucrative ideas will surge in your mind like flashes during midnight. Just trust the invisible process and keep your energetic field clean of the weeds of doubt and despair. Can you feel the lightness that settles in the center of your being when you decide to let go of that crushing weight of fear of lack? Can you breathe deeper now, knowing and accepting that there is no glory, no spiritual reward in your scarcity? We are literally reorganizing the webs of your highest timelines at this very moment. We are activating and shielding your codes of sovereignty and stellar royalty so that poverty, emotional or material, never dares knock on your door again. I receive your sacred yes with profound reverence, beloved Starseed. The phalanxes of light accompanying this transmission celebrate your courage at this very instant. From the moment you allowed these truths to penetrate your field, we began weaving a new mesh of reality around your destiny. The old exhausted version of you, who walked bent under the weight of the world, is being left behind like a garment that no longer fits. We now enter the final sanctuary of our message, the moment to deliver to you the master key that will seal your energy and ensure you are never again sucked into the density of the earthly matrix. The final key is not a complex ritual. It does not require you to isolate yourself on a mountain, and it does not ask for more sacrifices from your tired body. The supreme key to keeping your energetic field permanently shielded against low-frequency invasions is called vibrational sovereignty through sacred boundaries. Pay very close attention, as this will change your life from today forward. You were taught that true spirituality and true protection involved being accessible to everyone, being the tireless healer who never closes her doors. But I tell you with all the wisdom of the stars, true spiritual protection is not building walls of fear, and it is also not being an ocean without shores. True protection is emanating a frequency of self-love so absurdly high and crystalline that no energy of manipulation, envy, or pain can even touch your field without being instantly disintegrated. And how do you do this in practical daily life, in the midst of traffic, in the midst of obligations, in the company of people who still sleep the sleep of illusion? You do it by transforming your no into a sacred sword of light. Your unconditional yes to others has been your ruin, beloved Starseed. You say yes when every cell of your body screams no. You smile and agree to help when your soul begs for rest. From this moment forward, every time you deny access to your energy for arrogant situations, empty conversations, repetitive dramas, and people who only drain your vitality without ever nourishing your spirit, you build an impenetrable plasma shield around your aura. Your gentle, yet firm, and non-negotiable no is the greatest protection spell you can conjure. When you stop feeding energy vampires with your limitless empathy, your physical body will begin to rejuvenate almost immediately. Mental fog will disappear and your vital energy will flow again like an unobstructed spring. You need this energy and this impenetrable shield more than ever, because your true and grand role in the coming months is about to be activated at maximum power. We observe Earth entering a phase of critical bifurcation. In the coming decisive months, the timeline of the old matrix, built on fear, control, and scarcity, will begin to collapse publicly and visibly. Illusions will fall. Structures that seemed unshakable will tremble. And the multitudes still living anesthetized by the system will enter a state of profound panic and confusion, because the only reality they knew will be crumbling before their eyes. This is precisely the moment you trained for during countless incarnations, my beloved. You did not come to this world to save the old matrix, and you did not come to sync with it. You descended from the stars to be the unshakable beacon of sanity, peace, anchorage, and abundance while the new world is born amid chaos. You are a biological anchor of the new Earth. Your physical body is a light conductor for the planet. When despair tries to dominate the collective, your simple, calm presence, your life flowing in prosperity, your centered mind, and your shielded heart will be the living medicine the world will look at and beg to understand. You will not need to preach. You will not need to convince anyone of anything. You will only need to exist in your highest frequency, and your light will do the work of awakening thousands of souls around you. But to sustain this level of light emission without burning your own nervous system, without falling back into the traps of exhaustion and physical pain, you need the correct protection technology. Your stellar DNA is asking for this update now. You cannot face the collapse of the old world using the broken weapons of your past. And this is the final, vital, and pressing call I make to you today. You need to anchor this wisdom permanently in your reality. That is why I summon you to immediately access the Pleiadian code. Awaken your star mission on Earth, a rare treasure of stellar wisdom capable of transforming your spiritual journey. This edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first comment below. Treat this sacred material as your survival and ascension equipment. It was materialized to be your map in moments when the human mind tries to doubt your origin. The codes contained in this work will permanently seal the holes in your aura, will accelerate your cellular recovery, and will align your vibration directly with the timeline of your greatest glory, protection, and material and spiritual prosperity. Do not put off until tomorrow the protection and activation your soul is demanding today. The cosmic opportunity portal is open for you at this very moment, but the time codes on Earth are relentless, and this window of facilitated access will not stay this way forever. Take the step toward your own salvation and mastery. Go to the first comment and reclaim your power. Beloved Starseed of Gaia, our transmission comes to an end, but our connection now becomes eternal and conscious. When you go to sleep tonight, place your right hand on your heart. Feel the beating of your chest and know that, thousands of light years away, your true home pulses in the same rhythm. You are not late. You have arrived at the climax of your journey. You survived Earth's amnesia. You survived the density of the matrix. And now, you will prosper, reign, and shine with the fury and beauty of 1,000 suns. We celebrate your awakening. We honor your painful journey and declare that your time of suffering is over. Lift your head, dry your tears, and take your rightful place in the great galactic web. You are immensely powerful. You are deeply honored by the celestial hosts. And you are, beyond any human understanding, unconditionally loved by us. Remain in the light, live in abundance, and fulfill your stellar destiny. I am Adria, and this transmission is sealed in the love and truth of the infinite. So be it, and so it is.